Hello, everybody. Just doing something on my phone, quickly catching something up. I was really motivated today when I was chatting with a client earlier, a coaching client who I was just working with. And we're having a really great conversation about the idea of inserting a thought. And the conversation came about because we started talking about behavior. And I was describing how there's no behavior that you do that is not preceded by a thought. So there's always a thought that comes before something that you do. And that thought gives you the freedom to change whatever it is you're choosing to do, because that's the decision-making moment, is that thought. For many people, however, they either don't think they have that thought, or they are so habitually regulated to do a certain thing that they can't see that thought in their own process. And very often that leads to a series of behaviors that can be quite aggressive or could be quite passive equally. Either way, they don't get the kind of outcomes that the person's looking for. So if you think about success and you think about effectiveness and you think about trying to go about creating the outcomes that you know are the outcomes that you'd want to create, trying to maintain positive, engaged relationships, etc. Most of that happens because we utilize a thought and then we choose a particular thought that creates a behavior. So let's say you're in a meeting and your outcome that you want to maintain is good relationships with everyone in the meeting. And someone in the meeting says something that you disagree with. So you've got a couple of different options of what you can do in that moment. You can say nothing and just let the thing go by. You can say something and say it in such a way that the other person still feels heard and valued, but you've disagreed with whatever the content was of what they've said. Or you can say something in a really aggressive kind of a way where you're putting down the other person and you're demeaning and you're belittling them. Now, out of those three options, there's only one option that's going to get to your outcome that you've wanted, which is peace and goodwill among your workplace colleagues. So if you think of it like that, every single opportunity in our life we have to choose a behavior allows us to either create an outcome that we want to create or not to. The difference is, for many of us, we're so much in this automated, pre-programmed kind of state that we don't even have the awareness that our decisions in those moments actually matter. And they matter more than anything else that I could say. So when we are talking about this idea of inserting a thought, the insertion is in this otherwise automated process that goes on in your mind. I was coaching a guy once a number of years ago, and he wasn't very friendly to his wife. When he came home every day, he was not friendly to her, and he had developed a habit of being like this around her. So he needed to change his automated behavior, and he agreed that he needed to change it, to change his automated behavior and insert a thought that went something like, if I want to maintain a good relationship with my wife, I should be nice and kind to her and ask her how her day's been. So that's what he decided that he would do. So that's how he inserted a thought which allowed him to change the outcome of the situation that he was in. Very, very powerful stuff, and incredibly powerful stuff if you want to become more effective at what you're doing, either in your relationships or in the workplace or in your health and fitness, in any different area in your life. If you are interested in how you might go about inserting a thought and changing mindsets, we are running a mindset workshop on the 2nd of September. All the details are in the link on this particular screen, and we would love to see you there. Mindset. It's perfect for you if you work in an industry where you are trying to help other people to change their behavior. So we would love to see you there. All the details below. Cheers.